So I got some beautiful maple burl chunks off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's incredible stuff, but it definitely needs to be stabilized. First, I'm going to throw these in the oven at 200, 210, and it'll steam out a lot of the moisture that's in it. I might get a little warping, but they're so thick, I'm not really worried about it. Then after a few hours in the oven, I'm going to take them and put them in the stabilizing chamber in cactus juice and let it sit there for probably 24 to 48 hours under vacuum, and then take it out and bake them. Bake them for about an hour to 2 hours at 200 degrees, and it hardens up all that resin and makes these things like bricks. So I'm going to take you along on that journey. The first thing to do is go get a baking sheet and pop them in the oven. Alright, in the kitchen now, I'm just going to take all these pieces, put them on a cookie sheet lined with aluminum foil. I like to use aluminum foil just in case there's any sap or anything. Alright, so it's been about 3 hours in the oven at 200 degrees, and you can see the burl is not hissing anymore, and there's some little cracks, but that'll all get filled in with resin, or with the cactus juice. The cactus juice turns into like a resin when we bake it. Then he just sets them on top for a weight. And this is why I use a jar in here in the big chamber, the pressure chamber. So when it overflows, it's no big deal. I could just take it and pour it in later. Put the lid on. And you can see it's foaming over, but that's usual. Yeah, it looks like a bubbly mess right now. Which is good, that's all the air getting sucked out. So that's perfect, that's exactly what we want. Alright, it's the second day today. Let's see how much air we still got coming out. You can just see little bubbles. So it's still pulling air out. So it's definitely not done yet. Okay, so day 3, I didn't think about recording this till my hands were full of cactus juice, but I ended up taking the pieces of wood out and flipping them over and putting them back in the cactus juice, putting a weight on top of them and turned it on, and look at the activity I'm getting today. Like, there's still a lot of air in that burl wood, and I think, you know, it was just really light, airy wood when I started out with it. I didn't think it would take 3 days to saturate it, but it's still going. You can see there's still a lot of air coming out of that stuff. I'm just going to keep the pressure on it, or the vacuum pressure on it, and I'll let you guys know. And just to let you know, I'm using the Best Value Vac 4 CFM vacuum pump. And this is the 5-gallon set that Best Value Vac sells. So far, I think it has been a great value. I have stabilized so much wood in this thing. Not only for knives, but for turning on the lathe, doing projects like that. Like, this thing is incredible. And the 5-gallon, there's so much room in there. If I did have to buy a few gallons of cactus juice, I could do larger bowl blanks or something for turning on the wood lathe. Possibilities are just kind of endless, you know, with something this large. But there we are, 3 days in. Okay, so I'm gonna call that good. Okay, wrap them in foil. Set them on a cookie sheet. Wow, that grain is beautiful. Pour that in there. I'm going to go pop these in the oven, and when they're done, I'll bring them back in here, turn on the camera, and show you what we got. Alright, they are out of the oven. Let's check them out. Wow. And you can tell, like, it's super dense feeling. It's hard. Like, beforehand, they were, you'd tap them and they sounded almost hollow. This, they sound hardwood. Oh man. Gorgeous. Look at all that figure in there. It's incredible. incredible. I feel like a kid at Christmas right now. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know why I keep trying to show the camera. This probably doesn't pick it up. But it is just insane. Just how the light, that's what the chatoyance is. It's how the light like just glints off of the grain of the wood. Alright, so there we have it. Those are fully stabilized, water resistant, hard, ready to be shaped into knife handles or what have you, duck calls or something, you know. Use your creative mind and get out to the shop and create something beautiful with them. But thank you all for joining me today and checking it out. This did end up taking 5 days to stabilize these and get them fully hardened. So yeah, it's a 5-day process, but it's well worth it. The wood will last forever. It won't chip when you cut it or are sanding it. Because if you try to like cut the burl, sometimes a chunk will chip out of it. So that's why you stabilize it, because it's beautiful wood, absolutely beautiful wood, and I'm just super stoked to have it. But like I said, thanks for joining me. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.